Hello everyone and welcome back to Skincare and Beauty with Perky Perkins. How are you guys? So today I wanted to do a quick little look but the main thing I wanted to do is focus on my base, basically my foundation, concealing, and how I personally do it as of late. I've seen a lot of people online ask me, how do I get a dewy finish? How do I get such a nice coverage and things of that sort? So I wanted to make a nice little video. I was also sent this little cute palette from Wonder Beauty called Chill, which has these really beautiful plum shades, which is perfect for fall. And I'm gonna do an eye look with this as well. Let's just get right in and get going. So the first thing we always want to do is prime. Today I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. I usually take 2 to 3 pumps. And I apply on my T-zone. And also, I always do a really good skincare prep prior to even putting primer. So this is just like an extra little step to help with my pores. There you go. All right. Next thing you want to do after your prime. So as you can tell, even though my acne has gone down quite a bit, I do have a bit of scarring down in my chin because of course I was impatient at times and I picked them, so I do have some scarring. So I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and touch up these areas. I usually try to put it in my hand a little bit and then brush it on. Then we'll take our little beauty sponge and blend it out. The green colors usually help diffuse the redness from your acne. Now it's gonna look like I have a 5 o'clock shadow. But don't worry, this actually goes away once you apply your foundation. All right, so I'm concealed from acne and I'm good to go for my foundation. So again, today I'm going to be using my Fenty Pro Filter Foundation, and I'm going to mix also a pump of the primer. Ooh, I'm almost out. Trying to make it stretch. So when I actually mix foundation and primer or serum, this, for starters, it helps so that it helps more on the priming and pore filling in my case, from what I've noticed, and it also has helped with my makeup longevity, basically. And in case you're wondering, I'm using the Hank & Henry Nikki brush for the application right now. This has become my favorite brush for applying foundation ever since I got it. And do remember, try to go down your chin, and try to go down your neck area a little bit, just so that you don't have any harsh lines between your neck in your face. Now I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and I'm just going to blend out any areas that didn't go as smooth as I'd like. Usually I always have to go over my face because I am almost 35 and I do have quite a bit of fine lines and wrinkles. All right, next we're gonna conceal. So today I'm gonna be using two colors from the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. I'm gonna use shade 020 in light beige and 005 light neutral. I typically like going in with two tones so it helps brighten my under eyes. And then for example, the 20, I use it on the rest of my face because it's not as brightening, it's more concealing. So first I'm going to actually blend out the 20 with just the darker shade, and again this is just more for concealing. Now I've noticed it started to dry down a little bit, so I'm going to spritz my face with the Max Fix Plus in Calming Lavender, which I'm nearly out of. I need to resupply myself with everything. So now I'm concealed. Next thing I'm going to do is take the light neutral shade, basically 5, and I'm just going to apply some on the inner corner of my eye area, or on the under eye, just a tad. I do have dark circles and whatnot, so I want to make sure it lightens up a little bit more. So once you're done putting your foundation and concealing, the next thing you want to do is set your face. So for me, I like using a brush. Anything else would be a little bit too much for me. And today I'm using the Pretty Vulgar Powder Room. It's a mattifying, and it's going to be really hot where I'm at in the Bay Area, and honestly I have a softball game with my daughter later this afternoon, so I need to make sure my makeup's not running everywhere. So I will start and apply in my under eye and then the rest of my face. Shake some of it off. Now I'm going to do the rest of my face. It's always nice to actually set your face with powder because when you go and do your contour, and if you're doing powders, it makes it so it's a lot smoother and it doesn't stick. I started doing this about a month ago and it's been so much easier and looks much smoother. So next, I actually will set also with setting spray. Again, this helps so that everything's locked in and you don't have to worry if, you know, anything happens. And I just go back and press it in. So now we're gonna do our eyes. And again, I'm using the Wonder Beauty Chill palette. These are such beautiful colors. I'm gonna swatch them really quickly. The Chill palette only has really one matte shade and the rest are shimmers. So you might sometimes need to add a second palette if you want to do a more dramatic look, but in reality, if you just want a quick easy look with the one shade they have that's matte, it's called Freestyle, and the rest you could just put the one color and go, which is what I'm going to do today. So I'm also going to use my Wonder Beauty Smooth Sailing 360 eye primer. This is a really nice primer. It is very creamy. It feels like a moisturizer. And all set. So I'm going to use one of my Hank & Henry brushes. This is a Style Meg. It's a really nice blending brush. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to use Freestyle, which is the only matte they offer in this palette, but it's really nice. I've already used it for a few days. It's perfect for quick, easy looks on the run. And I'm pretty much applying this on the entire lid, you guys. Now I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. This is the Luxie 121. This is round tapered. I'm going to go into Snowbird and blend out the top. The next color I'm going to go into is Flushed, right there. And I'm going to use my finger for this. I'm basically just popping it on my inner corner and taking it in a smidge, about 2/3. I want to darken up the outside corner, so I'm going to take Cocoa, this top shade right here, and apply it on the outside. And I'm going to use this dough color brush, and I'm going to do stamping motions. I'm going to take my original brush with no more extra product and blend out the edges. Now I want to do it on my waterline as well, so I want something a little bit more different. So for my waterline and the under eye area, I'm going to start off and using the Laura Gallagher Brown Eye Girl liner from her Incredible line. So this doesn't matter if you're perfect, because you're going to go back and buff it out. I'm going to take a Do You Care kind of like packing brush or crease brush and blend it out. This makes it so it looks more clean and crisp. And then I'm trying to connect it to the end of the outside corner. So what do you guys think so far? So I'm gonna go back into Snowbird and I'm gonna pop it on the inner corner. I'm gonna take this little pencil brush from the Far set. Little Baba Mahika always does the trick. Since I'm running out of my setting sprays. So now I'm gonna get off camera, finish my face, and I will be right back. And as you probably saw my other video, hopefully, if not, that's where I'm doing the rest of my contour and things like that. So make sure you watch that one. I forgot to mention it in the beginning. So I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so this is the final look. What do you guys think? Now, I really love the eyeshadows. They're very pretty. Again, it's a 6-pan eyeshadow palette. It retails $24, and it's really for someone on the go, on the run, where you just swipe it and maybe dab some shimmer so you're on the run. I also used the Stila lipstick, the Tarte Park Avenue Princess contour palette, and my Ofra highlighter, and of course did my brows. Not the best, but whatever. And yeah, so I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and at least seeing how I do my steps when it comes to my base foundation. Doing it at least this way, whether I put a ton of contour and blush or whatnot, makes it so that my foundation lasts all day. I don't have to worry too much about touch-ups or anything like that. And then also that little trick I showed you guys about mixing your primer with your foundation makes it so if you have a matte foundation, for example, the Fenty's a matte, it gives you more luminosity, it gives you more of that dewy tone, maybe eggshell satin tone that most people want, especially someone like me that I am very dry skin. I could not use that foundation unless I do that one step. So ever since I started doing that, it's been heaven sent, and it basically saved a foundation. I felt too guilty to return the product. I always feel that way, which people tell me I need to stop. But thank you guys so very much for joining me again. This was a very fun look to do. Now I gotta change my blouse at least and head off to a softball game. Goodbye.